Welcome to another edition of The Diagnosis. I am Dr. Money. In this edition of The Diagnosis, I will be taking a look at Sunday's Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Last year, WWE held their first ever Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, and I was lucky enough to attend as it was in my home state of New Jersey, and I was doubly as lucky. It happened to fall on my birthday, so it made for a nice birthday evening. It was one of the better events that I've been to. I've been to a few pay-per-views, a bunch of Raws, a few house shows, and I'd say it would rank up there in the top 5 shows I've ever been to. So I was pretty pleased with it. Hopefully this year it comes off great on television. I won't be watching it though, however. The New York Giants will be playing the Chicago Bears in a Sunday night game. I missed the Night of Champions because the Giants were on Sunday night, and well, basically they didn't show up. So at least hopefully I'll be missing the pay-per-view, and my team will be playing a lot better than they did last week. Or last time, I should say. Sorry. What we're going to do here is just go through the matches and give you my thoughts on each and who I think is going to win. Normally, I write these out, post them on the blog, or if I don't do that, I'll post my thoughts on them on Facebook. But, since we started the audio features, figured, hey, why not? What else? What else can we do here? Let's go to the first matchup. It's the Unified Divas Championship. Michelle McCool's going to defend that championship against Natalya. Could be a good match. I'm kind of looking forward to this. As much as I'll ever look forward to a women's match. Natalya's a heart, so she can go in the ring. She deserved this opportunity. And Michelle, she gets a lot of grief because she's the Undertaker's wife, and people don't really respect her spot in the company because of who she's married to. But I think that's a little overblown because she can have a good match with the right opponent. She's had good matches with Mickie James, and she's had good matches with Beth Phoenix, who are two of the better women's wrestlers. And well, Mickey's not in the company anymore, but you get my point. So this should be as good as a match as the women are capable of having. I'd like to see Natalya. I'd like to see her come away with the gold because I think she deserves it. A nice title run with her, maybe restore some credibility to that belt. I know WWE doesn't really care about credibility for the women's championship, but it'd be nice. I think Michelle's gonna win though, because Layla's not gonna be too far behind her. She should be at ringside, if not at ringside, making her presence felt some way. So I do see Layla poking her nose into this, helping Michelle win. I think ultimately the feud will end with Natty getting the championship at either bragging rights or on Raw or whenever they decide to pull the trigger. I do think she'll win the belt eventually, just not at Hell in a Cell. Okay, guys, now we're up to the United States Championship match as the champion, Daniel Bryan, is going to defend his title against The Miz and John Morrison in a submissions count anywhere match. I'm really not a big fan of this stipulation. These three guys could really tear the house down in a straight up wrestling match. I think that's the way they should have gone. Now, I know why Morrison is being inserted into this match. It's because they want to give Miz, or they want to blow off the Miz-Bryan feud with one more match, but they don't want the Miz to lose 2 pay-per-views in a row, which I can completely understand. But I don't really like the submissions count anywhere stipulation, because Bryan's the only one that has a submission. So if you had any thoughts in your mind that anybody else other than him was going to win it, goes right out the window. I don't like when a match is given a stipulation where there's only one outcome. Or I should say the only one outcome is predictable. I still think it's going to be an entertaining match. Could have hit the 3-star level, high 3-star, mid somewhere in there. I don't think it could be, or it's going to be at the level that a regular wrestling match would be. So obviously, I'm going to see the finish as Bryan getting Morrison a tap. Miz finally gets out of the mid-card and starts working his way up the top of the card with his Money in the Bank briefcase. And I think this leads to a nice feud between Morrison and Bryan. I don't think you have to turn either of those guys. Just let them work as is, basis around wrestling. I don't think that's hard to do. You got two guys that can go in the ring that a lot of fans want to see wrestle. Just let them do it. No hokey promos, heel turns, none of that garbage. Brian Morrison, book it. Let's go. But as I said tonight, Brian's going to walk out of here with the gold. We got our next matchup now. It's John Cena taking on Wade Barrett. Stipulation to this, if Cena wins, that's it for the Nexus. And if Barrett wins, John Cena will join the Nexus. The million-dollar question, will Vince do it? Does he have the grapefruits to turn his golden boy heel? Now, if you read the First John Report roundtable, in the question that was posed, what could WWE do to spike ratings in the fall? I said that the time had passed to turn John Cena heel. It was all set up to happen at SummerSlam. But it's not too late. They can still do it. John Cena can lose this match. It would be good for the company. Raw's ratings have sucked in the past 2 weeks. Okay? It was like a 2-8 the night after Night of Champions. And granted, it was a tape show last week. But still, a 2-3 and change for a Monday Night Raw is pathetic. Okay? Vince knows he's got to do something to attract people to the television screen, especially during Monday Night Football season. What's the one thing you can do that's going to get people talking? You turn John Cena heel. I don't care about match quality in this. I don't care if it's a half a star match. I don't care. It's all about the end. Now, Nexus can't interfere in the match. Because if they do, they're going to be suspended. Whatever. It's funny that you haven't seen Darren Young in a while. What is he up to? He had that one run-in with his own music. I don't even remember what the hell he did. And I think he got an RKO. I don't even remember. We haven't seen him since then. WWE forget they have this guy under contract? Even if they want to go another route, you got the guys from NXT Season 2. Use the better guys like Joe Hennig, or you got Husky Harris, or Alex Riley's with The Miz, so you don't have him. Bring somebody into the Nexus, one of those guys. What are you going to suspend them from? You haven't seen any of those guys since NXT Season 2 ended. You have Cena lose this match. I know it's going to be hard to have him lose clean. That's why I'm saying you bring somebody in to join the Nexus that is not part of the Nexus, so you can escape that if Nexus interferes their suspended stipulation. Now on Raw, you explain it. Cena is unwilling participant in the Nexus until the big swerve comes when you think he's gonna join up with Randy Orton or another babyface or whatever, and he turns on him and he embraces the Nexus. That's how you do it. You just don't go into Raw on Monday with John Cena heel. You have him build up sympathy. The fans sympathize with him that he's an unwilling participant in the Nexus. And then when the time comes, boom, he turns heel on somebody and assumes leadership of the Nexus. But will they do it? My answer is no. I think they're going to chicken out. John Cena moves way too much merchandise. John Cena does way too much charity work. Those things you have to take a look at when you think about stuff like this. It's easier for us to sit here and say, oh, turn Cena heel. Turn Cena heel. But you got to think about what's going on in Vince McMahon's mind. The guy makes him money. So you can't do it, can you? I see this being 5 minutes and out. Cena squashes him. That's it. Goodbye, Nexus. And Cena moves on to whatever the hell else he's doing. The only thing that I could really see happening here, and why they would, is because what else is Cena going to do? You got Randy Orton's going to, as a WWE champion, The Miz is there. Are you going to insert Cena into a championship match? face versus face feud, I don't really think they're going to go that way. That's why I see a possibility, a real possibility of this happening. But I think in the end, Cena's going to win, and our Cena heel hopes will be smashed once again. Alright, now, co-main event. Kane will take on The Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Okay, The Undertaker, now that Paul Bearer is back, he's not a cucumber or a carrot or a fucking piece of celery anymore. The vegetative state bullshit's over. He's back to being The Undertaker. Paul Bearer's back. He's got the urn. He's got his powers back. He's going to win the World Heavyweight Championship. You want to blow this off at bragging rights or have a schmaz match at bragging rights where a guy doesn't go over clean and kill it at the Survivor Series, which is The Undertaker's 20th anniversary in the company, I'm fine with that. But in order to do that, The Undertaker's got to win the belt at Hell in a Cell. It's his signature match. Him and Shawn Michaels are the ones that put it on the map. He's going to win here. And then I think they're probably going to have one more match at bragging rights that's going to end in a crap finish, and then it's going to end at Survivor Series. That's my take on that. It should be a decent match, but The Undertaker should, and I believe will, walk away with the World Heavyweight Championship. Okay, now this is the other co-main event. I don't know which one's going to go on last. Either way you could go, because I think both baby faces are going to walk out of here with titles. So either way, you're going to send the fans home happy. Randy Orton's going to defend the WWE Championship against Sheamus inside Hell in a Cell. I think this kills their feud. I've written about it plenty of times. I think the way they handled from SummerSlam to here with Sheamus and Orton has been botched. It was all set up at Night of Champions for it to be an Orton-Sheamus match, with Orton taking the gold, killing the feud here, but they didn't go that way. They added all those guys. Orton won the match anyway, pinning Sheamus last, but whatever. This should be a good match. I've liked the matches they've had. None of them have ended in clean finishes. This one should. I hate Hell in a Cell matches in a PG setting, because you're castrating the match, for a lack of a better term. You're cutting all the balls out of it. Even though I enjoyed being at Hell in a Cell last year, and I thought at least the Orton-Cena Hell in a Cell match was good, the violence in a violent match has been taken out of it. But anyway, I think they could, it could be a potential 3-star match. Orton's going to win the belt here. And that's about it. So WWE's only advertised 5 matches for the pay-per-view. I expect another match or 2 to be added. I think you'll see Dolph Ziggler versus MVP for the Intercontinental Championship to be added to the pay-per-view, considering how that went, and it'd be a good match to throw in there, break up the Hell in a Cell matches. So that's about it, guys. I'm not going to be covering it, as I don't even remember. That's how bad my memory is, if I mentioned that or not. I'm going to be watching a Giant game tomorrow, so I won't be covering it. Maybe I'll catch it on a stream and give my thoughts about it. But that's basically it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this edition of The Diagnosis. And that's it, guys. See you later. Bye.